Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ask ServiceMonster show, where you've got questions for your service business,
and we've got your answers.
Today's question comes from Josh. He's got a little bit of cash saved up and he wants to do some marketing. What's the best marketing campaign? So we're here today at the Symposium, the ServiceMonster 2-day conference where we do a deep dive into a handful of businesses. And today we talked about Josh's question. I presented it to the group and we kind of tore it apart. So I've got a list of items here that we talked about that I'd like to go over. But there's a whole mindset problem here. As a service company, you are a marketing department. You have to find a way to get clients to pay attention to you and drive business to your business. And doing one marketing campaign here and one marketing campaign there is going to be the least effective way to approach this. So we have some answers for you, but I'd rather kind of challenge you to increase your mindset. You need to be a brand building company. And so you need to be doing things on a regular and consistent basis that will help you build your brand. So you've got a classic case of what we call more time than money. And so when you're not servicing clients, you should be servicing the business. Cost effective, as in free, you can do cold calling. Commercial accounts, maybe not so much residential. That pesky do not call list can get in your way. But door knocking, still a thing. And yeah, you can lay flyers around. So 3 very cost-effective ways to use the best use of your time. And if you've got some lettering on your truck, take it for a drive and just keep that brand presence available. Another suggestion that was brought up by the group, every door direct mail, or EDDM. Now, what you want to be careful with here is not to just carpet bomb the largest base you can. You want to focus, target market on those areas you really want to drive business and hit them 3 or 4 times within a, let's say, 3-month period of time. You can supplement that with cold calls as well, and if you can get some of those email addresses from your current clients, maybe push that along with it. The more ways you can hit them, the more likely they are to need you when they finally have a problem. A side note on the psychology of marketing. Nobody is going to call you if they're standing on clean carpet or windows or roofs. They're only going to call you when they have a problem. And so your marketing has to intersect with that exact time period if you're doing one-offs, which results in an extremely low response rate. In order to increase the likelihood that they will call you is to stay constantly on top of mind. Hit them 6, 7, 8 times on different channels. And when they finally recognize they need a carpet cleaner, they're just going to call you. Your name will be synonymous with the products and services you offer. Another classic suggestion, 5 arounds. The home that you're servicing, their neighbors, and the 3 houses across the street. Write it down, put it in your CRM, and market to them. Hey, we just cleaned your neighbors. Would love an opportunity to work for you too. You do that enough and you can build up a nice prospect list, 1-to-5 ratio for every residential client you do. It's a quick way to build your list. Now, you're not going to have their names, and it's going to be a fairly generic mailing. So there is a time commitment here and maybe not the greatest response rate, but that's why you hit them over multiple times. In order to broaden the base, though, you can use a program like SendJim that integrates with ServiceMonster, but allows you to tap a button while you're on the job and send out as many mailings in that area as you want. It's a very powerful tool. All right, and the last, and obviously for me, one of the most powerful suggestions, Facebook. You have time, so you can go learn it. And you need to learn it because here's a 4-step plan that will help you get moving in the right direction quickly. Number 1, take your email lists of your current clients and upload those to Facebook. Create an audience from that group. You're now able to target that audience in some of your campaigns. And what you want to do is get those guys to like your page. Start to get them engaged in your general page and your content. After you've done that, you can create campaigns that target them, looking for referrals or maybe reminding them of the different products and services that you offer. And once you have that list, you can use that to build lookalike audiences. Audiences that will match the demographic and psychographic information of your client base and get you more of them. So, very powerful way to use Facebook, and from the group here, some amazing suggestions. So wrapping up, just 3 things for establishing a market presence with a little bit of cash. Number 1, do your mindset. Get it right. You're building a brand. You can't just like get some cash and do a marketing campaign and expect to build a thriving business. Number 2, pay attention to those small ways you can turn your time into leads. Don't be lazy. You're running a business that doesn't exist anymore. And number 3, Facebook. Really, it's going to give you the best ROI. You know, let's say you had $5,000. Pretty much if you do an all lead in Facebook and you do it right, it's going to give you far more value than any other medium. Followed by that, you're looking at things like EDDM, flyers, mailers, cold call campaigns, and maybe there's some things in your area like, you know, during the summer you can do Little League signs. You've got your lettering on the truck and a whole host of other things that you can dump money into. But that's kind of the summary from the group. So I hope that helps you. And from everyone here at ServiceMonster, thank you so much for your attention. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go check out the demo. Give us a call. His name is Josh. I got a little bit of money saved for marketing. Not a lot, but I want to use it to get new clients. What's the best way to get new clients? Yes.
I would say referral sources. So that's what my dad did a lot. We'd go to carpet stores and say, hey, I'll clean your showroom in your house for free and show you the work we do. And then if you're happy, we'd like you to refer us.
Yeah.
So and that costs not much at all.
It's time, right? So if he's hurting for clients, he's got time, not dollars. So he can do what? Door knocking, right? I know. So raise your hand if you grew your business a little bit on door knocking.
I cold calls.
Sales calls, right? Like these are the sales breads. Feedback from the back table. Yeah.
I would suggest, since he's probably limited in funds, probably doing something easy like a campaign, like he was saying, referring or asking for referrals. But instead of, you know, the slow way of literally knocking on every door, making all the phone calls and wasting the time, his office or he himself would set up, you know, like a mailing campaign where he's asking in a letter format, like, hey, business is slow, or whatever the case may be. And then my suggestion, only because on our basis and at our ticket average worked very well, is EDDMs. You study a neighborhood, you bomb just that neighborhood a few times, and for us it might cost $1,500 to do 5,000 people, but one client can pay for that whole campaign, and we're going to get a lot more than one client, so that's a lot of return.
One thing I did was, when I first started the business, was I would, kind of like what he was doing, this was 20 some years ago, I would do a house and I'd write down the address of every house that was in my area.
5 rounds.
And then I would do a mailer, or I'd go walk around, and I actually offer a free room of carpet cleaning.
That's
where
right.
Basically, psychologically, most people aren't going to just take you for that one room, but if you do good work, they're good. And I remember the first client that I did this with. I went in, he actually took advantage of the free room. I'm like, gosh, you know, is this going to work? Well, a week later, I landed up doing her whole house that she was moving out of, and then the new house that she was buying. And that's how when I first started off, I did a lot of canvassing that way, just offering that free room to actually do. And then also with, like you were saying, like testing, is like, tested in with the 100 mailers. If it's going to work with the 100, it's going to work with the 1,000. But you test small, because if it doesn't work, then you haven't spent a lot of money.
Jay.
It'd be 4 steps. I would, if I were this person, if they don't have their Facebook page together, I would, even if they do, I'd take advantage of upgrading to the new layout, which is going to drop on the 22nd anyways, but you can turn it on now. I'd revamp my Facebook page, and then what I do is, whether they're ServiceMonster user or not, I go to my CRM, take all the emails of the customers, put it into a CSV file. I would upload that into a custom campaign builder for my current customers, and make sure if they don't like my Facebook page, I build a campaign to get them to like it. And then this is all sets up the move to where you are trying to get those current customers to refer their friends So what you do is once they like your page, you can build a second campaign that targets friends of people who like your page if you like your current customers, because nice people have nice friends. That's right. And then I would build that last campaign to get them to create engagement and a brand awareness campaign around that.
Brilliant.